changes for Indiana. Freaks checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Allen. Rodney Stuckey subbed in for Ellis. Jones checked in for Houston. Thornton comes in for James Harden. Taking a look at the Rockets. Down low, it's Jones and Howard together. Austin out there with Thornton. And it's Ariza in at the small forward.
And just scrapes and claws for that offensive rebound and doesn't take any chances there with the putback.
And GA, strong work all around. And the rebound and the stuff both. Wow.
Yep, he stayed with it all the way and got his reward at the end.
And you know what? One of the few bright spots in this game for them today. He's kept his edge even though they've been trailing.
Pass to Stuckey. On the wing, Hill. Stuckey, a screen on Lawson. George with the ball. He has 5. 2 on the clock. Vasquez. Offensive rebound. Here's Hill. And stolen by Thornton. And now in transition is Thornton. Here we go. The feed to Jones. Ariza outside. Back to Jones. And again, it's the Rockets from deep.
He has still not missed a shot. Where would they be today without him? And for Terrence Jones, there's a quiet excitement surrounding him in personnel circles. Last season, he was a much better rim protector, way up in blocks, and his three-point percentage was up as well. So those are the kinds of year 3 improvements that talent evaluators are always looking for, especially when you come into the league as an underclassman.
Looking at Terrence Jones, he really has that complete game. His ability to make a play at the rim, hit 35% of his threes. He's a multi-dimensional threat. Long player, well-schooled, falls in line, I think, very well with any good team. In this particular case, with one of the playoff teams in the West.
Yeah, he's one of the more efficient players in the league, over 53% his first 3 seasons. So defenses might want to choose to ignore somebody else.
And he's going to get whistled for that foul, GA. That was intentional, but not exactly logical.
How about pointless to foul there? I mean, I don't know where his head is, but it's not in the game. And Corey Brewer, guys, out of Florida, remember, won those 2 national championships, teaming up with Joakim Noah and Al Horford. Terrific quickness, and that rangy frame makes him a disruptive defender. Great versatility as well on that end of the floor.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
They're straying away from the 3-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many 3-pointers in this half.
Clark, Corey Brewer was the 7th pick in the 2007 draft. He's never really reached that star caliber so many had predicted.
Yeah, you know, his offense has held him back a bit. He's a bit erratic at that end of the floor. Not a great shooter. Slashes effectively well. He's most effective in transition.
Indeed. Stuckey outside. Pass to Vasquez. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And it's a 12-point Pacer lead.
From that in-between range, they've been the much better team.
Well, when you knock down jumpers like that, it opens everything else up as well.
The Rockets again can't hit. Indiana's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. The drive by Hill. Good D by Jones.
Oh, tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
And it's slammed in by Howard.
Now that's finishing your work right there.
Powerful 2-hand jam. You're right.
And I tell you what, if he's got a few more of those in him, this.
And now, let's do it. We go. And the final period of play just about to start. Here's Indiana making some changes. Freaks checked in for Mahinmi. And George Hills subbed in for Rodney Stuckey. And a switch here also for Houston. Ty Lawson, he's checked in for Corey Brewer.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for Indiana.
The blocking really turned things into their favor this time.
Well, Kevin, timing and anticipation, they got the blocks, and that definitely changed the momentum in this one.
And so now, on the year, they'll have 35 wins to their credit.
No doubt they came in very motivated to win this one and finish the season series at a game apiece.
Absolutely. I mean, they had this date circled on the calendar for redemption. I mean, you never want to lose 2 games and be swept. And it can be harder in an East-West game than playing against teams in your own conference. So this is a big win for them.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Ellis. A big part of their success was his ability to keep the ball moving, finding guys when they would flash open.
Vasquez, he's in at center. Ellis is out there with George Hill. Then there's Allen, and it's George in at the 3. So that's the group out there for Indiana. Now here's Vasquez, guarded closely. Indiana again missing. Now here's Beverly. So no problem for Indiana as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
Well, you know, it makes a big difference. I mean, you never felt like they had any doubt that they'd come out on top.
And time now to go.
Cece.
Hey, how are you?
Good to see you again.
My pleasure.
Freak. Great game last night.
That's what I do, right?
Indeed. Have a seat. Pagnotti.
How you doing?
Thought you'd be selling used cars by now.
Funny, comedian. I thought you would have invested in some new clothes, being a team owner and all. I see you still rocking that Goodwill look.
Freak, what are you hanging around with this guy for? You know he's bad company, right?
Got no choice. He helps me pay the bills. Plus, our mother loves him.
Thank you all for coming by on such short notice.
Well,
So you know why we're here, right?
Not really.
you want to negotiate an extension for Freak, right?
Well, since you mentioned it, your client is quickly becoming a liability for this organization.
We've already put a plan in
Let
place
me
that's going to
finish,
address all your
Dom,
concerns
please.
and issues.
Let me finish. Thank you. Myself, the front office, and the coaches are not satisfied with the adjustments you've made in your life off the court. I personally warned you about the company you keep, and we're fed up with the late nights and showing up late to shoot-arounds and the bad press and the incident at the nightclub. I told you Vic was going to be your downfall, and I was right. Something has to change now, or we're not going to need your services any longer.
If this is about that Twitter stuff, Vic was playing. Okay, it was a joke.
It's not about that. It's everything.
Like I told you before, Vic is my best friend. I can't just cut him off. He's practically family.
Not really.
What exactly are you trying to say?
I'm not trying to say anything, Dom. I'm saying it. Freak and his friend Vic are a problem for me and this organization. And I called you in here to figure out how we all together can fix this problem. And right now, I'm only seeing one solution.
I agree that Freak may need to make some adjustments in his personal life off the court, but that's a learning process. We both know that. But this almost sounds like a threat. And Dom Pagnotti doesn't take too kindly to threats. Is this a threat?
Call it what you will.
We all know that Vic is a problem. The only person who doesn't seem to realize that is my brother. I'm sorry, bro, but enough is enough.
I don't have a problem with what you're saying. I have a problem with how you're saying it. Now, I know we can come to some understanding without all the ultimatums or threats.
Can we all come to a understanding, a compromise?
No, no more compromises. I already warned Freak. I told you. Don't be a hero. Cut that zero. It's cut Vic loose, or we trade Freak. It's that simple.
Fine, we'll go sign with another team.
Good luck with that, Pagnotti. Because of Vic, Freak's reputation precedes him.
No, because of Freak's God-given talent, his reputation precedes him.
Everybody's been talking. Dom, you know how this works. This is not about you and me and our history. This is about your client. Help him.
You talking as if I'm invisible. You talking around me, about me, but not to me. Vic has always had my back. And I've given this team everything I got. I practice hard. I play hard. Yeah, some nights I got it, some nights I don't. Some days I might even show up a little late to shoot-arounds. But every time I'm on that court, I've always given my best. And I see how it is, though. I mean, us players got to be loyal to you, but you don't have to be loyal to us players. Try to give me some father and son talk, talking about how you love your players and how you look up for them. Come on, man. You trying to cut me off like you cut off Izzy. Don't you have people loyal to you no matter what? People you can't cut off? Well, that's me and Vic. Vic and me. Y'all insist, really. They could tell me stop hanging with Vic. What makes you think they won't tell me stop talking to you? You remember in 7th grade, some guys were trying to jump me over some girl. Vic was the one to get some friends just to walk me home. And when they came, we went at it, but I wasn't alone. When I got my scholarship, it was Vic who put the word on the streets that nobody should mess with me because I had a future. Vic was protecting me. And sir, I know Vic is crazy. But before all the hype and the lights, media, fans, it was just me and Vic. He's always been there. I mean, if y'all don't like that, I don't know what to say.
It hurts me to say this, but I see his point. What you don't understand is that the league doesn't have your back anymore. Not like they used to. They try, but it's too much. Social media has changed everything. And this last incident with Vic, that was the final straw.
It was a joke.
That wasn't funny. You know it wasn't a joke. Vic was defending you, stepping in to protect your honor by attacking another teammate like that? Talking about his manhood, his wife, his kids, his family, so you can be the big dog on the court? That's uncalled for.
And they all know your relationship with Vic, so they think it's coming from you.
But that's the media blowing everything out of proportion as usual.
It's not just the media. He's attacking other players, other teams. He's out of control. Vic just doesn't know how to behave.
We got guys on our squad who don't want to be here because of that beef. There is no place for that kind of inappropriate behavior in this league. If you can't trust your teammates, who can you trust?
What Vic is doing isn't right. He's bringing you down, and people can see it. I see how all the other players are looking at you. Oh, it's not cool. It's not cool at all.
What, don't talk to him? Don't hang with him?
You do what you got to do. That's your call. But let me tell you this. You asked me if I had friends that I couldn't cut off? Yeah, I did for a while. Friends, business partners, girlfriends, wives, family that I thought I couldn't cut off. But I learned that sometimes you got to make the hard decisions. I mean, some of these people, they were just bad for me. They were bringing me down. They weren't making me better. They were good for the time that they were there, but I grew up, not in age and maturity, but in mind and spirit. I was ready for the next level in my life. And I'll be honest with you, I've been on the receiving end of that. I've been cut off before myself, and yeah, it hurt at the time, but looking back, they were doing the right thing for me. Just don't tell my ex-wife that, Pagnotti.
So what's the next move?
The next move is Freaks. It always has been. Question is he ready and willing to do what needs to be done?
This is messed up.
You take a moment to think about it, but think long, think wrong. The snafu should have been cleaned up a long time ago. With or without you, we got games to win.
Freak, you gotta handle your business.
Okay, we've all said our piece. You might cut me off as your manager, but I will always be your sister. Twin, this is on you. I might not like it, but I will respect any decision you make. Yvette, please.
Cece,
Yvette,
where's Dom?
I had him call you.
Why?
I'm gonna cut right to the chase. My brother is deeply in love with you, and I'm ready to put our differences aside if you are.
Really?
On a string.
I'm with it.
Team Freak.
Team Freak.
All right, so if you're gonna be down with the team, I gotta show you the dap.
The dap.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, like this.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, shoot,
Shoot.
swish.
Swish.
Yeah. Again.
Like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Okay. 1, 2, 3.
Swish. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Like that.
Cool, right?
Yeah.
The last game of my rookie season. Kind of hard to believe. These 82 games have gone by in a blur. I know we're on the outside looking in when it comes to playoffs, but that doesn't mean I can't go out and give it everything I have one last time. So here goes nothing.
And so here is Indiana, trailing by 2. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
And we've talked about how in the NBA you've got to earn your points the hard way, and that really wasn't the case in that game for them.
No, there was no hard way about it. I mean, they got their points easily on dunks and layups against a defense that really didn't offer much of a fight.
And getting back to George Hill, what a second half of the season he had. He tore up several key categories, Clark.
Yeah, he was bogged down by injuries early in the season. Came back to average career highs in points, rebounds, and assists. Partly because he was finally treated and looked to as a go-to guy, and he thrived in that role.
And George kicks to Vasquez. The shot's good on the assist by George. Vasquez has got his first points of the night.
Yeah, strong move to the basket there. Nice power to get that up and in.
Middleton dishes to Monroe. There's the pick. Loses his man off the screen and lays it up and in.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
Come on, Bradley Center. You better be making some noise for your energy.
Antetokounmpo comes in for O.J. Mayo. Chris Middleton's checked in for Vasquez. And Michael Carter-Williams subbed in for Jared Bayless. So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Freaks checked in for Mahinmi. Hill comes in for Turner. Paul George is checked in for Solomon Hill. And it's Ellis in for Hill. On the court for Indiana, Vasquez, he's in at center. Ellis is out there with Rodney Stuckey. Then it's Hill, and it's George in at the 3, the small forward. And Doris Burke has a report for us from the sideline.
Well, Kev, Freak in the last matchup against the Knicks put forth a nice effort. He had 12 points, and he made them pay over and over from the line. A lot of free throws for him. He was just too much to handle as he came off the bench to turn in a great outing, guys. They hope it continues.
Thanks, Doris. He had a heck of an outing that night, G.A.
Yeah, he really did, Kevin. I mean, a very professional performance. Played hard every single second he was on the court.
Guys, that's what we expect from him, and he rarely lets us down, and he certainly didn't let us down that night.
Well, for Jabari Parker in his rookie year, not the kind of NBA career start that he wanted. Played great. Was probably the rookie of the year up until the time he was injured, blowing the knee and cutting his season short.
A great call. He definitely would have had a great chance. Really just made a transition seamlessly. Very efficient as a rookie before that injury, but which was a really tough thing to watch for anyone as he was showing so much promise early on in his career.
Vasquez can't get it to go.
That's not a sight you see very often. I mean, he has a great feel for that jump shot, especially when he's open.
And good on the basket. Book it.
And really just led him to his sweet spot for that finish.
Stuckey kicks to Vasquez from 13. And good coming on the assist by Rodney Stuckey. And that's now 6 points for Freak. Middleton outside. Here's Henson. Hill pulls it in. Pacers have gone 3 of their first 5 shots to drop here in the second quarter. And Parker with the block. And we have an intentional foul there, G.A. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
Here's Carter-Williams. The Pacers pull it in.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Stuckey with it, and it's Henson picking him up. And George kicks to Vasquez. That's good, and that evens things out. 50-50. 4 of 8 shooting this game.
They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
Carter Williams against Stuckey. Ring shot on the way, and it comes off the front of the rim.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're...
So an entirely new group in now for Indiana. Freaks checked in for Mahinmi. Allen comes in for Turner. George is checked in for Hill, and it's Ellison for Rodney Stuckey. On the court right now for the Pacers. Vasquez in at center. Paul George is out there with Lavoy Allen. Then there's Ellis, and it's Hill in at the point.
Well, if this game comes down to the rebounding battle, they'll be the ones coming out on top.
They've had a strong game on that front, Clark, no doubt about it.
No one near Mayo as he lets it go. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Pacers leading by 5. There's a minute 34 left in the fourth quarter. And here is Hill. 6 to shoot. Indiana needs to get a shot off. They need this one. Rebound by Parker. Parker's got 6 rebounds in the game. Mayo with him. He's picked up by Hill. Here's Vasquez. Here's Monroe. That falls. Great assist by Vasquez. 20 points for Greg Monroe.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the fourth.
Yes, they have. He's made all 4 of his shots this quarter, Greg. Definitely looking to be a dangerous guy.
Mayo kicks to Vasquez. Gets the bucket and the foul. That one on George.
Those are huge points.
Beyond huge, partner. I mean, they needed that bucket desperately.
A different look for Milwaukee. John Henson's checked in for Brett. Arizona Gimbo comes in for O.J. Mayo. And it's Carter Williams in for Jared Bayless.
You've got to box out on the free throws. Put a body on somebody. The little things can make a big difference.
And it's Ellis penetrating. Here's Vasquez. And Henson pulls it down. Rejected by Monroe. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Monroe. Chris Middleton's checked in for Milwaukee.
In for your Bucks, Chris Middleton.
Stolen by Middleton. There's 31 seconds left to play in the final quarter. This could be a turning point.
Critical possession right here.
George passes to Vasquez to stop the drought, and a foul on the shot. He'll go to the strike for 2.
You had a foul to give there, but you'd rather not have it cost your team points.
I agree. I mean, you would have been better off using it on the floor and not on the shot. But the foul had to come either way, so it is what it is.
Can't sink it, and that was an important free throw.
They should be in front right now, but he'll be relieved not to have come up totally empty there.
Now here's Carter Williams. Back to Middleton from deep. No good from three-point territory. Time expires, and we're going to overtime. And don't go away. We'll be back momentarily. Well, if you love great competition and neck-to-neck basketball action, this one has been a great one. Overtime number 1, getting going right now. And the Pacers start off with so it's Milwaukee picking up the win. They escaped with a victory, although they needed Clark an extra